I'm Aveline, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, as you guys know, I am a bit of a Disney fan, and if you didn't already know, have you seen my background? We got some sidekicks, we got a Dumbo, and also, you can't see them, hold on. We also have some Disney princesses. So like, I'm a pretty big fan, which makes me super excited to announce today's sponsor, because today's video is sponsored by Disney Emoji Blitz. You can download Disney Emoji Blitz by using the link in the pinned comment, but I highly suggest that you stick around and listen, because I'm also going to be telling you guys how you have a chance at winning a free Sims 4 pack of your choice. Yes, you heard me right. I'm giving away some packs, so stick around. Disney Emoji Blitz is unlike any other match 3 game on the market because each emoji that you use has its own unique power, so it's both strategic, challenging, with a sprinkle of cuteness. My own favorite emoji to use is the Mad Hatter, and it's totally not because he's ginger and he loves tea. He's actually really good. He gets stuff done. Another one that I really like using is Sebastian. That little red crab, I swear he's like magic. I'm not sure how long that will remain my favorites though, because I'm personally pretty big on collecting, and there are new emojis added from Disney, Pixar, and Star Wars every week. Plus you can collect emojis from different categories, such as silver, gold, rainbow exclusive, as well as story and villain emojis. Plus, and this is pretty cool, all emojis that you collect in-game are gathered on a special keyboard so you can send them to your friends and family. To get you started on your emoji collection, 3 random players who use my link in the pinned comment will win a princess starter pack that includes Meg, Aurora, Cinderella, and Tiana. In addition, the link works as a creator code, so all money that you spend in game will actually help support me and the channel. And lastly, if you want a chance at winning a free Sims 4 pack of your choice, all you gotta do is download the game using my link, hit level 5, then take a screenshot and tag me in a tweet, or you can also send it to me in a DM on Instagram. The links to my Twitter and also my Instagram can be found in the description box, by the way. The winners will be picked in 1 month from now, and I'll make sure to announce them on the community tab, so definitely keep an eye on there. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you again so much to Disney Emoji Blitz for sponsoring today's video, and now let's move on to the rest of it. So today we are building a perfect foster family home. It's been requested a couple of times lately if I could do a foster house, so I felt like it was about time. And as always, I usually make these a little bit bigger just because I want to make sure that I have at least 2 bedrooms for children. So not necessarily like children, but teens, toddlers, children, just so they could be like, you know, fostering more than just one kid. So yeah, it's built on a 40 by 30 in Willow Creek. When was the last time I built a 40 by 30? I don't even remember, but it's probably a while ago. However, we're doing it today, so I hope you guys will like this build. I spent quite a lot of time on it. It was fun to build as well. And yeah, I just hope you guys will like it. So for the house, I wanted it to be very calming on the interior, so I don't know what style I've gone for. Like, I don't think it's one particular style per se. I don't think it's super eclectic either. It's just everything is put together with the color scheme in mind and a vibe, basically. So I just wanted it to be very calming, which is why I've gone for... And also, by the way, I decided to go for, or do the interior color scheme first, and then bring it outside afterwards. So that was a little bit new for me, but I feel like it worked very well. And basically that meant that I could fully focus on the interior color scheme first. So I decided to try and make it very calming. So I've been using a lot of beige and like very light colored browns, if that makes sense. And then with more muted blues as well, because blue is supposed to be a very calming color, so I kind of felt like that fit in very well. I'm definitely more of the cool toned interior kind of girl than a warm toned interior. I actually gave my mom interior design tips today because she loves red for her interior. Like, she has like the whole, if you guys know Le Creuset, which is they do like cookware basically, and also what's it called, like not service, what's the English word for that, like plates and bowls and cups and, you know, that sort of thing. So she has all these different items from Le Creuset in red, and red is a color that to me is dangerous when it comes to interior because it can be very overpowering. So I was trying to tell her, like, if you want to add more colors to your interior, you should definitely stick to warmer tones because you've already gone for the red, so you're going to have to stick to warmer tones. Of course, you could also add like a few pops of a calmer color, a cool tone color, but I feel like it would mostly make sense for her to stick to warmer tones by now. But yeah, I don't know. She's basically the complete opposite of me when it comes to colors, which is a little bit funny. I don't have it from my dad either because he does not care about color schemes at all. So I don't know exactly where I have it from, the more cool toned kind of thing. Like, I don't really go for cool tones anyways. I just go for black, white, and gray. You know, I'm super boring Scandinavian, like that's fine anyways. But I definitely don't have it from my dad. That is for sure. So, but yeah, enough talk about that. So I was going for blue tones and of course also a little bit of gray and white here and there as well because those complement blue pretty well in my opinion. So it's just supposed to be like a very calming kind of interior and also supposed to look a little bit on the pricier side because I felt like, as per usual, when I do these sort of like perfect family homes, I always like to make them a little bit more expensive looking, if you will. I'm not saying you can't have a perfect family home if you don't have money, by the way. Like, you can for sure. It's just when I build in The Sims, you guys know, I don't really care about budgets. So when I do perfect houses, like perfect family homes, I want them to look expensive. I want it to look like the family has money, you know? So yeah, and also they have this, because I like adding renovated bits to the backs of my builds. So they have the dining room in this more renovated looking area of the build or this renovated looking part of the build, which has both a glass roof and big windows. The windows are from Moschino Stuff Pack, by the way. The other windows that I'm using are from Cats and Dogs. I love those windows so much. I think it's because they come with like a full set basically, so they're so easy to use. It's the same with the Seasons windows. Those also come in a full set. So easy to use. Also, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm placing down another dining table right there, it's because I felt like they would have both a breakfast table and a proper dining table, but then I was like, the two are right next to each other. Like, what's the point? You know, like it's a little weird. It's a little too extra. Let's not go there. So they basically just have like this more open area with the rug just to break it up a little bit because it was very open and very empty all of a sudden. So but yeah. I actually like that you walk almost directly into the kitchen right here. I don't usually do that, I think. At least not with houses this size, I don't think I do. Maybe with the more smaller ones and also mid-century modern houses. I like when I do mid-century modern houses, it feels natural to either walk into the sort of like foyer, entrance, hallway sort of situation, or the kitchen for some reason. I don't know. Does that make sense? It's not that I sit here and look at a lot of specifically mid-century modern floor plans. Don't get me wrong, because I love to sit here and look at floor plans, but not specifically mid-century modern. But I feel like it makes sense to walk into the kitchen, like you enter the kitchen as the first room. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe I've just kind of come up with that myself. Could be, wouldn't surprise me. So I completely forgot to say at the start of the video as well, but this house is actually for two parents, 2 toddlers that share a bedroom, and also a teen. And then I also put in a food bowl and a toy chest for a dog as well. So you could possibly have a cat there. There's just no litter box, but you could easily find a spot for it around the house. There's a laundry room, for example. You could put it in there, but I just decided to go for a dog instead. And I kind of pictured them to have a smaller dog, by the way. So, but like it's up to you guys. Of course, you could have many animals or many pets in this house if you want to. And one note is that the 2 toddlers share a bedroom, so that might be something you want to take into consideration if you download this house. However, I think that because there is a gap between the toddlers and the teen should be ready to move out for university when the toddlers become teens themselves. Like that, I feel like that progress or whatever makes sense, right? And I also realized that I got a question at some point, like, why do I always put why do I always put twins in the same bedroom? So if I ever make houses with 2 teen bedrooms, you can assume that those 2 are probably twins, unless I say like one just turned into a teen and the other one is ready to almost move out, for example, or is like close to university age. But I don't always put twins in the same bedroom. I just feel like it's very natural for toddler twins to be sleeping together. I don't fully know why. It's just my instinct is telling me that for some reason. And maybe it's because I shared a bedroom with my brother for such a long time. I don't know, it could be something like that. And also the same counts for kids, of course. I feel like a lot of kids are, I don't know, like would feel safer sleeping in the same room as a sibling when they're younger. So I just like to add, like if they're more kids or if they have children, if the households have children that are around the same age, so not teens, but like in the toddler age or a kid's age, I feel like it's natural for them to share a bedroom just because I know that a lot of kids, for example, get a little bit unsafe or feel unsafe at night when it's dark and stuff. So it just makes sense to me that it's like that, but it's not always that I put twins in the same bedrooms because like teens like their privacy. Like I've been a teen myself. I fully know that we like our privacy. Like I'm not a teen anymore, but like we, when we were teens, liked our privacy and still like our privacy. So I fully respect that. But as for toddlers and kids, I just feel like it makes sense. So, and also we adults also like our privacy very, very much. But yeah, just to like explain that a little bit because I did see a question about it. So yeah. So we are working on the living room right now, and to be honest, I don't really know what I was doing right here. I was trying to combine some cabinets with some bookcases. It was not looking good for a long time. I feel like in the end it worked out fine, but it took me a while to get there. I don't remember what did I end up doing. I think I ended up using the base game ones actually instead because they just kind of, like, luckily the wood tone matches. I don't know if it's because of my reshade, which you can find in the description, by the way. And I don't know what version you have to install. I don't remember. But you can find it linked in the reshade. It's not more in the reshade. In the description. It's not my own, but it's always linked in the description. So check that out if you want to, if you like this reshade. I'm pretty sure that there are also installation instructions on that Tumblr page as well, so it should be easy for you to install it. It was very easy for me. I just don't remember what version that I installed, but you can find all that information on the Tumblr page, which is linked to in the description. So, but anyways, I don't know if it's just because of my reshade that I felt like those wood tones matched, but now I'm looking at the footage like, do they really though? It looks a little odd. Like the cabinets they're from Parenthood are a little bit more on the pink side compared to the bookcases from base game. I don't know. I feel like the Sims team should go through a lot of the items in the game and actually, especially white, grays, and blacks, and make sure that they're the same tone because a lot of the time they're not. A lot of the base game items are more on the gray-blue side, but then you got, I don't remember which packs they're from, but there are other whites that are more like on the beigey kind of side, the more yellow kind of side. I don't know. It's kind of weird, and I feel like it's something that should be fixed, and I'm pretty sure that I've said it before, but I'm saying it again. It's super annoying when you're trying to decorate a whole house on a 40 by 30. I can't even imagine doing a 64 by 64 right now. So yeah, I just feel like it's something that should be fixed, but also I know that it probably won't, so I'm just gonna have to learn to live with it, and that's also cool. So with it being a bit of a bigger house, it's actually not that big for a 40 by 30 lot. I definitely did my best to not make it fill out the entire lot. I did that on purpose just because I wanted there to be natural space around the house, by the way, so you might have noticed that when I was doing the shell. I definitely tried to make it not too wide because I have a tendency to, like, I don't know, I just build houses that basically, that only leaves like one square on either sides of the houses or on either sides of the house, and I hate how that looks actually, so I did my best to not make the house super wide, but it's still a good size for a 40 by 30, you know. So of course, they needed to have a home office, which is in here. This is what we're working on now, but you could totally, like, if you don't want there to be a home office because maybe the Sims that you decide to move into this house, if you download it, they don't have a job that requires a home office, you could totally turn it into something else, like a music room, a playroom, I don't know, some kind of science room, a science lab, whatever you want to turn it into, go ahead. You're always welcome to redecorate my houses, by the way. I know that a lot of you guys do that. You're totally welcome to do that as per usual. You could also turn it into another bedroom if you want. If you have a bigger house or a bigger family that you want to live here, you could totally like just redecorate as crazy as you will. It's completely fine with me. Also, I just realized I'm looking at the floor plan picture because I always do that when I'm doing the voiceovers, just so that I can make sure that I remember everything that I put down. And there is cat puke, all over the front porch and also next to the back porch. And I didn't realize that because I have a... you can probably see it in the thumbnail picture then. Whatever. It's fine. I'll take a picture of it and add it at the end of the video if you didn't see it. Actually, you wouldn't have seen it yet because this probably happened while I was, forwarding the time, jumping ahead in time to make sure that I could get the right lighting for the thumbnail. That's the thing YouTubers do. It's okay, it's cool. So the cat probably went a little bit crazy on the front porch because for some reason I'm English is going so well today. I don't know, bear with me guys, bear with me. It's just one of those days. Also my throat slightly hurts. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm just gonna ignore it for now. It's fine. So basically when you do thumbnails, you want to make sure that the lighting hits the facade of the house. I personally like that. It's not the same for everyone else, but I realize that for the vast majority of builders here on YouTube, that's kind of like what we agree on, like that's what looks best, you know? So you want to make sure that the lighting hits the facade of the house. So I use MCCC to skip ahead in time so that I can make sure that that's happening for the picture's sake. But unfortunately, right now I am using my Fae that has 2 cats and a raccoon that I basically adopted just randomly because I was building a house in Brindleton Bay and I just saw these homeless cats and I was like, that's sad. Let's make Faye adopt them and then she can take care of them, but she sucks at taking care of them because I don't actually control Faye when I am building. She just kind of stays there along with the cats now, so the cats are just doing their own thing, and Faye is just basically there, being a play tester. She doesn't take care of the cats. She's the lady in the blue dress out in front of the house. Sometimes she's wearing a pink dress, depending on which version of her I'm using, because I also have a teen version where she's wearing different outfits as well. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Faye is the whole thing. But basically, because I skipped ahead in time, I'm assuming one of the cats is now sick and has puked all over the front terrace. You might, if you download this house, you might get bonus puke. You're welcome for that one. And there's also a little bit next to the house. So I don't know, it should be easy to clean up, I suppose. If not, then I am terribly sorry. I can't do anything about it. But yeah, that happened. I don't know, I was just like looking at like, what are those puddles on the front terrace? And then I saw the cat like, oh, darn it. So by now we are working on the upstairs. Sorry about that cat rant. It's totally cool though. Hopefully by now you guys are used to me just kind of going off on rants. It happens. I can't control it. I hope you guys are okay with it. But we're working on the upstairs now. So this is supposed to be the teens room. And because I realized that I hadn't done a room for a teen that was into computer games and stuff for a long time at least, I decided that this teen right here should have their whole like full-on setup. So they don't have like collectibles around the room. Not this time. Basically, I didn't really have a spot to put them. I could have put them on the desk, but I feel like that would have been too cluttered. I don't like to have a lot of stuff on my desk. I like to have all my collectibles behind me on shelves. So I don't want it on my desk, and I feel like maybe it's the same for this teen. I don't know. They could be different, but I'm projecting. So they did, however, have a full-on computer setup with a monitor in the middle and then 2 monitors that are basically TVs sides down on either sides of the main monitor. So maybe they're a little bit spoiled, or maybe they just babysitted their whole way to 3 monitors and an awesome computer as well so they can play all their favorite games. Who knows? I feel like often when I say that a teen has a laptop or a teen has a very fancy computer or something like that, I always go like, yeah, they're probably a little bit spoiled, but they could also have like a part-time job in The Sims. That's also possible. There's the barista and the babysitter and the sales thing that I forgot what's called. They could totally have saved up for it themselves as well. So I feel like maybe in this situation they did, but I don't really know. Let me know what you think though. I feel like the parents in this house would definitely spoil the foster kids, you know, so I don't know. I just feel like I get that vibe from them, but maybe we're not on the same level here. Maybe we don't agree. Let me know. I've actually gotten a couple of questions about stuff like this before, or not questions, but like comments about stuff like this before, where I've done perfect homes and I've been like, yeah, this family is totally perfect, everything's going great, and then someone in the comments is like, no, something's completely messed up with this family, I just know it, it's way too perfect, it's way too pretty. I totally get that one, because I'm pretty sure I've also built a couple of houses where I was like, something is wrong underneath the facade, something is completely wrong. But in this house, for me personally, I totally see like a family that takes care of each other. The parents just like love the foster kids, and I just get good vibes, you know? But let me know what you think. As per usual, you are completely welcome to come up with your own background stories, and I love to hear them as well, so let me know. So we are working on the exterior now again, and to be honest, when I started working on the exterior on this house, so the landscaping, I didn't really know what to do. The color scheme came pretty naturally because I already knew what kind of colors I had to go with because they had to match with the interior. But as for the landscaping, I had no idea. So I actually ended up going for a bit of a foresty kind of vibe with the evergreens around the house, but hopefully that's okay. It doesn't really match with the trees around in Willow Creek that well, but sometimes I just feel like a house needs darker green trees instead of those lighter green ones. So the evergreens are perfect for that. And with this house, I don't know if maybe it's the blue that I just feel like doesn't go well with the lighter green that's on a lot of the other plants. I had to go for the evergreens instead. So it doesn't really like, the trees and stuff don't match with Willow Creek, but hopefully some of you guys don't mind that. I personally do not always care about stuff like that. Sometimes I preferred when the house matches with the surroundings like spot on, but sometimes I really don't care, and this was one of those situations where I wanted to use this kind of tree and I went for it, you know. You could also move this house to another world where the trees would fit in better. I don't know which one that would be, but I'm pretty sure that you guys can remember all the worlds and what kind of trees are around and stuff, and you could find the perfect fit for this house if it doesn't really fit into Willow Creek in your opinion. So you're completely free to do that. Like, it doesn't have to be placed on this specific lot, of course. That was a lot of talk about trees, but it was actually something that I thought about while I was building, because I know that there's a portion of you that really prefer when it matches with the surroundings, but there's also some of you guys that literally do not care. So it's something that I do think about when I'm building, but for this house, that light green, just no, with the blue, I feel like that's why I was just kind of swaying away from it, you know? So also we're playing a little bit with platforms and these sort of like framed up, fenced up, whatever areas with their planters, their base game actually, they came with an update. Was it like a birthday update or something? It came with some outdoors items like, it must have been the recliner, not the recliner, but the sunbathing chairs. I completely forgot what those are called right now. That's fine. As per usual, I can't remember every single word in the English dictionary because it's not my language, and that's completely okay. But we got some items in that update along with the planter here was one of them. So I've been kind of overusing it throughout this backyard, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to play around with it a little bit, so I used half walls, platforms, and then the planter just to make like a small wall of plants basically, which I felt fit into parts of the backyard at least. But other than that, like when I started doing the backyard, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just kind of like going with the flow, you know? Sometimes I sit down, I look at a backyard, and I just know where everything has to go, but sometimes it's the complete opposite and I don't know what to do at all, and I just start doing stuff, and this was one of those times. So it did take me quite a long time to get through the backyard because of that, because I didn't really know fully what I was doing. I didn't plan anything or anything like that. I didn't even know that I was going to end up putting a sand pit in one of the corners until I did it. So yeah, it did take me quite a long time to do the backyard, but I hope you guys like it anyways. I feel like it fits the house, even though it's definitely a bit of a weird layout. I always like to place the pools in the middle, and I don't really know why. I just feel like it's nice when you can see it from like the center of the house for some reason, because that's usually where I'll either put, like in bigger houses like this, I'll either put the dining room with big windows or I'll put the living room with big windows turned towards the pool. And I don't know why I like that. Maybe it's because I'm always like, it must be nice for the family, for the parents to be there in the window so they can see the children playing around the pool or something. I feel like I've had that thought process a couple of times, but it could also be something else. I don't really know. I just always place it in the middle and then I kind of go from there. I was also discussing with myself if I wanted them to have an outdoors kitchen, because sometimes with bigger houses, I feel like it's very natural for them to have an outdoors kitchen. It's a bit of like a luxurious sort of thing, but this time I decided not to give them one. They do, however, have an outdoors eating area and also a smaller grill. Not the big one from Perfect Patio this time. I'm pretty sure this one is base game. Like, it's very small. Also, I'm losing my voice. That's fine. I won't have to use it in 2 minutes from now, so that's okay, boys. You can stay for 2 minutes and then go away. I'm okay with that. Just stay for 2 minutes. But yeah, they have the sand pit up in the upper left corner, or depending on from which way you're looking at the build. But I would say up in the upper left corner. And then they also actually gave them the jungle bar. And I also don't remember what it's called. Monkey bar? Whatever. Even though they don't have kids in this house, I know that the toddlers are going to turn into kids at some point. So that's ready for them once they turn into kids. They can use that to level up their motor skills. And then, of course, I also decided to give them a chess table. I often feel like I forget the chess tables exist, but for some reason I wanted to give them one, so this time I did. They have an outdoors chess table by the pool, actually. And then, of course, plant pots, because one of the parents just loves to plant things, so they needed a couple of those as well. And that is about it, actually. So yeah, and then, of course, placing a lot of trees all around, because I'm obsessed with trees. I like to frame up my houses with trees for, like, I don't know if they're super annoying for gameplay and stuff, but they look nice in the pictures, so you can totally delete them if they're annoying for gameplay. Like, I wouldn't really know, but I just like how it looks. Like, it's aesthetically pleasing, I suppose, to me at least. But that's about it for today's video. So if you guys like the house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT, and the tray files will as always be linked on my Patreon, or they're up for download on my Patreon, which is linked in the description, so check that out if you're interested. Also, if you like Roblox, check out my Roblox channel, and also check out my real life channel where I do weekly vlogs, or I'm at least trying to. I might be failing, I don't know, but go check it out if you're interested. Thank you again so much to Disney Emoji Blitz for sponsoring today's video, and that is about it. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!